Alright, so I'm fuel injecting my drz400, and everyone keeps asking questions. So this is going to be a basic introduction of the parts I have ordered and kind of the strategy, just real quickly. First of all, what throttle body and fuel injector, because it's all combined, am I using? This throttle body is off a CBR 300R. Why did I use a throttle body for an engine that's 60% of the displacement of the DRZ? I'll tell you in just a minute. Actually, I'll tell you now. So this is a very crude drawing of the drz400 intake valve and cylinder head in what will be the throttle body. The drz400 at the beginning of the cylinder head is about 39 millimeters. The CBR 300 throttle body is 39 millimeters across, like all the way down. It tapers a little bit, but it's basically 39. So what that means is I have basically a straight shot into the engine. And I can use just the simple stock CBR 300 mounting bushing that goes right here. Yes, in a perfect world, I would have a throttle body with a more aggressive taper that would actively funnel the air in, as somewhat represented by these dashed lines. But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world where we have to make compromises sometimes. And I decided that the throttle body being the exact same size as the cylinder head intake would be acceptable. Also, I chose the CBR 300 throttle body because it's compact. I've already test fitted it in the bike and it fits really well. And to say I was to get a larger diameter throttle body, I'd have to have some weird step down adapter made. And if I did that, that would probably push the throttle body sitting further away from the cylinder head, and it would actually run into the rear frame supports and actually wouldn't fit in the bike. Also, these are cheap. You can buy these brand new actually, not from Honda, but see the 250 and the 300 engines are very popular overseas, and you can buy these like aftermarket new for like $100 or less. And if I want this to be repeatable and something someone else can do, I need to find parts that other people can buy affordably. Also, that same company that sells these aftermarket brand new will also sell larger bored out versions. I think they have like a 42 millimeter bored out version. So maybe if I'm feeling it, I could buy that one and get a small amount of increase in power. But the main reason I'm using this is because it's cheap, it's readily available, and it's 39 millimeters from here to here, which is the exact same size as the cylinder head. It fits in the bike. So yes, am I leaving a little bit of power on the table? Yes, but everything I'm gaining all makes up for that one compromise. Also, with this one coming from a Honda, I can source this pigtail and this pigtail and the injector well, injector is pretty standard, but I can source all these pigtails right here. I can buy them off Amazon. I don't have to go find a wiring harness from a bike and then cut the pigtails off of it, which again, if I'm making this cheap and something someone else could potentially repeat, I have to be able to source the parts easily off a site like Amazon. If you went another option, I'm not sure you could find like specifically these connectors that you need to make the bike work. Otherwise, you'd have to chop up a factory wiring harness. Maybe you could, but I'm not sure. What I will not be using though the 300 injector. That's not going to be big enough. So what I have is a CRF 450 injector. Again, they're cheap and readily available. Also, fuel pump with a built-in fuel regulator, so tank in, tank out, high pressure fuel, 45 psi, 3-bar. Fuse box, because gonna have to make our own wiring harness. Micro squirt ECU. I actually got this used, but again, this is something you can pick up easily for yourself. Actually, when I got it, it also came with don't look at that's something else, it also came with a ton of wiring. Someone had this in some random car, I don't remember which, and he gave me the wiring harness too. What else? Oh, another advantage of using this is basically all bikes do this, but it has all the sensors built on and attached to it. So included in here is inlet air temperature, not mass airflow, manifold ambient pressure, I think, and a throttle position sensor. It's all in one nice little package. This is your idle air control valve. There is a kit to turn this into a manual valve, where you little plunger like it's a choke. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use this like have the micro squirt control it. So that's the quick rundown and the start of the project. And I'm not gonna probably work on this start this project for another month. I got other things to do. But for everyone asking questions, what parts are you using? Why are you using those parts? Oh, why aren't you using the drz400 parts? Because I can get these and they're easily available, where you could get these too if you wanted to. LTZ400, that's basically the same thing. Actually, the LTZ400 also used about a 39mm throttle body, because it was designed to be physically identical to the FCR carb. The FCR39 pumper carb is designed to be physically about the same size. So, I don't know, if you got any questions, just ask, I guess. I might answer them, might not.